It's a raw fair pod show. It's a raw fair pod show. We love Liz and Al, Guy, Eve, blah, 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 Grandpa Joe.
Well, hi, it's the Off Air Podcast. I am Liam. No real business for me today. Ben?
Hello there, reserve the right.
Cool. Belle?
Yeah, no business.
Producer Andy?
Present, and in the absence of other business, I could concoct something.
Okay.
I've got some business I've just realised. So
Okay, fair enough.
Glad I reserved it.
Yeah, wish I did now. Prod Tina?
Hello, no business.
Rockstar Shift from Macey?
What up?
Always good to hear from the Mace Dog. And Jack?
Hey. I also reserve the right. Nothing just yet.
Okay, cool. I made a feel of myself today.
Oh, business.
Oh, well, it's not even really business. It's just a tidbit.
Okay.
Wouldn't get up on the show.
Yeah, if we
but
check
just-
the bylaws, tidbit isn't business, so it's okay.
It's not business.
Do you
I
have
thought
to declare
business
your
was
tidbits?
just you
Yeah.
have something you want
No,
to say.
you never have to declare a tidbit.
We need a charter of what you must declare. Yeah.
Clearly hasn't read the rule book.
Yeah. At the moment, if you read the rulebook, you only have to declare business.
I thought it was a constitution.
I think this is a pretty open and shut case. Like, you know, but
Well, let's hear it.
We use the Coles car park here, and we have like cards that we can use. But I just had a brain fart today, and I got a ticket out.
Oh.
Yeah, do you think I'll get charged? And it came out like it printed the time in my license plate. And
So
I was like,
I got a
"Dang
tip.
it."
I got a tip for you. If you
Yeah.
scan your card
Still
on the way
fine?
out, it won't work.
Yeah, you've got to scan in to scan out. So you'll need to go to the boom gate,
Yeah,
scan
no,
in,
that-
and then you'll need
that's
to
a
Or
good
ring
idea.
the bell.
Yeah,
Just go
but-
in, scan, and then
Seems like a lot of work.
So what are you going to do, pay the ticket?
I'm sure we could use the Nova card, right, Macey?
No. You
No.
just buzz
Get
him.
out
Just
your
buzz him.
car.
Buzz him and tell him.
Nah, it would be fine. I'll buzz. I'll tell him. I'll say I work here. They'll
You
believe
can
me.
do what the lady did like 2
It's-
nights ago when we were leaving. I think you guys had left and I was driving out, and because it was after hours, the roller door goes down.
Yeah.
And so she was obviously still shopping at Coles or whatever. And she like got to the boom gate and like slammed the brakes on and like freaked out and was like, the roller door's down. And so like beeping her horn.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to beep to get, I don't know, a security person or someone.
So weird.
And so I had to like put my window down because she had her window down. She was like, ah! And I was like, just scan your ticket and the roller door will go up. And in my head, I was like, bro, wouldn't you just work that out? Like, but she
that's
like
crazy.
slammed the brakes on before the boom gate and was like freaking out.
What I've accidentally been doing is usually the boom gate, the roller door's down when we're at breakfast. The roller door's down when we get here. So you stop at a separate ticket swiper.
Yeah.
And I keep stopping at
Yeah.
that one
Me too.
Fine, yeah.
before, and I look like such a fool.
Yeah.
So I try and open the roller door, but it's already open.
I know.
I do the same thing.
This was, I swear to God, this was purely a tidbit. And I'm sorry it's blown out. It's sort of turning into a bit of business now. However, I will put my hand up and say I've gone 2 weeks straight now, cutting all corners in the Coles.
You've gone right immediately.
Right, every time. It's single lane and there's a white arrow and I haven't been caught yet. Sometimes I'll like edge and I'm like, if there's no one around, I do it quick, which is probably even worse.
But that's the way, because if you go round right, that because it's 2 rights in a row,
Yeah.
and someone's coming up from like our car park,
yeah, I know.
you will
It's a
yeet
dan-
into
it's a-
them
it's a dangerous
straight up.
game.
Two
but-
rights do not make a
The
left.
need for speed,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You'll be able to get out if someone else uses
I'm
their
not too
pass.
stressed. It's fine.
Also, no, but what everyone's
'cause
saying,
what
it's hard. If you call someone, it's going to take longer. If you
Yeah.
just
No.
get out your car, scan it
Yeah,
in,
yeah, I can do
and
that.
then scan it out.
Don't you have to have a car
Whatever.
on the sensor to get to scan in?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Because that's
What
why
about if we
I
all,
used to
as
have
a
trick
team,
like
we
that.
all like? Surely the weight of all of us is almost a car, like a
no,
small car,
right.
like a smart car. We
I
could
love
all,
the idea
we
of
could all
making-
in like succession walk and like jump.
That's
And they also
super-
scan. They also
Something
scan
we
number
scan.
plates.
Something that's so simple, we're making so complicated.
Yeah,
we're all
I
going
would.
out together and try and jump. And
Do you know the other thing that it's annoying? Like when I was back in Adelaide in the holidays, we went out to some friends in Port Adelaide, and it was a big night, and we did that classic thing where we're like, oh, let's go to Macca's because it was across the road, and it was past the time where the shop was closed.
Yep.
And so you needed a car,
Yep.
and we were like, we were like being pests, really. But there was like 6 of us, like and we're like, come on, man, just like serve us. And they're like, nah, you need a car. And I'm like, this
They'll lose
shouldn't be
their
a
job.
rule.
They'll lose their job.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a rule still. But we're like, oh, what if we like pretend to be in a car? And then we're like, do we go and ask someone if we can jump in their car? And like, nah, they'll think we're gonna kill them.
Yeah.
So like, but
What
yeah,
did you do? No Maccas?
I Ubered home and Uber Eats the Maccas, which really peeved me. And then some poor guy had to ride a bike.
You should
at
have
3 in the
signed up
morning.
as
You know
an
what I
Uber
mean?
Eats
Like,
driver.
this is what's wrong with the world.
Uber Eats and accepted it
True.
yourself.
I should have had like a green cubed backpack and just like, yeah, I'm here for a few Big Macs.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I worked in this building for years, and because I've done that before. I don't know, can't remember why, but I remember I got out of my car, scanned in, walked back in my car, scanned out, and it worked.
I'm not too stressed about it, guys. I'm just letting you know what I've done.
That's how I used to get free parking at during my nightclub days, where you would get in with a ticket, can that ticket, and then at the end of the night, you'd press a button in to get a new ticket,
smart.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then usually you get free 15 minutes if you go in and out.
That's awesome.
However, then they added
was that was that Wilson?
No, it was a secure park next to because it was when I was working at
EC.
Electric Circus.
Yeah,
so
I know
it
the-
was
I know
the
the
one next
park.
to Vault. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I know.
then, did
Behind
they
them.
add sensors or something like that?
So yeah, then there had to be a car on on the sensors for it to the boom gate to
Isn't
get
it
you a new
wild?
ticket.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's nice car parks sometimes. Sometimes they've even got the green and the red lights and stuff. And then sometimes you just go to those really scummy, like grungy. You know that one that we went to when we
Yeah.
had that meeting with Stan that time?
in Paran.
Yeah, that's the worst car park I've ever seen. Like, it was like,
Horrible.
I swear there was like pipes like dripping on you.
Stank like piss.
It was just like, I'm pretty sure someone was dead in the stairwell.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this place?
Yeah.
And there was no feeling of there's someone to call or something goes wrong in here. It was very much
Yeah.
you feel like you're in labyrinth, you're locked in. Yeah.
literally on your own. And did we have troubles? Didn't we? I feel like it was a bit of a kerfuffle getting
It was
out of
kerfuffle,
there.
yeah. It was a scary place.
I think we're trying to pay for it. Yeah, I don't know. The machine was like so old.
My business listened to the Beatles' Something.
Oh, I love it. What did you think?
Outstanding.
Oh,
It was a
that's
great
great.
song.
It's a great song.
great
It's
song.
a beautiful song.
It's just like it's a slower number, but
Yeah.
it's like very much your vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole time I was thinking this song's a hit, but obviously it is. 'cause
Yeah,
it's the Beatles.
Confirmed here. Yeah, yes.
This is
This has got legs. You're feeling like you're in like a record label.
Yeah.
Like, I like these kids.
What was,
I'm gonna give
what was
them
the song you
give them a
suggested,
chance.
Andy?
I think it was another Beatles one.
It was.
I
It was
will.
Beatles.
I will.
So I forgot what it was. I'm
But
gonna do
did
that
someone
one.
else? Didn't other people suggest songs?
Yeah,
as
me.
well?
Yeah, they
There
did.
was a couple of there was an Instagram DM that suggested a song. Hang on. Stand by.
There was on the Alpha Squad. There was a couple of suggestions. I listened to one of those.
Yeah.
So there was a suggestion from James Langton. James said Red Dead Redemption 2, the video game. There's the house building EP, and on that there's the house building song. I listened to that, and it's like it's really cool. It's like a country song. That's kind of cool.
Liam, there was a suggestion for a cover for you to listen to
What's that, Bill?
on the Instagram DMs by.
What was your suggestion?
Mine was the freaking.
Oh, I forgot to do that one. I will do that one. I will.
God damn! Oh yeah, I'm gonna write these down. Oh, forgot.
There
I
was a
don't
lot-
know if these words mean anything to you, Liam. But it says if you search in YouTube O negative day tripper medley. So there's apparently a heavy metal.
day tripper.
Yeah, apparently there's a heavy metal band that covered it, or gothic metal, I should say.
Belle,
What's your? Do you like Paperback Writer, Bill?
Bollocks.
Paperback Writer. Paperback. Do you know what my favourite game on PlayStation was?
What kind of PlayStation?
besides what was that game you used to play? It was the only game you were allowed to play. It was like something with an L.
Lemmings. Well, Lemmings is, you know,
Lemmings was a great game.
I played a lot of
love
Lemmings, so I wasn't really allowed near violence when I was younger. So yeah, Lemmings was.
GTA San Andreas.
I was not allowed to play
playing
GTA.
Lemmings.
Do you know there
Like literally, I would go to friends' houses and they'd be like, "You want to like flamethrow someone?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm used to like Lemmings running
What's
around.
Lemmings?
It's like these guys with green hair and they like
They
run
work.
off hills and things. And they,
Yeah, they
Is that them?
Yeah, that's a lemming.
That's a
Yeah,
lemming.
that's a
God bless
lemming.
Do
you.
you know that?
We all love Lemmings.
Yeah, Lemmings. Yeah, Lemmings is definitely a
Lemmings
thing.
is the lamest game in the world.
Yeah.
It teaches you hard work. but by the way, there was a very similar but way more violent game called Worms.
Worms 3D.
Yeah, and you had to
great.
like
Yeah,
fire
iconic.
bombs.
Turn-based game.
Yeah.
Could we do a thing? I think we've probably done something
You do a
like this
stream
before,
of
but-
Lemmings.
Lemmings
Stream
on
Lemmings?
stream.
Yeah, I
Belle,
was
you'd like Lemmings.
thinking that, but then also
I want to do iToy. Surely you were allowed to play iToy.
Yeah, I played iToy,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking you could also like on the show you could just do like I don't know, something in the strict parents area. Like the fact it is kind of funny that my parents only let me play like Lemmings and Chicken Invaders.
It'd be funny if people called up with suggestions for games you have to play, and then you play them for the first time, and you're like, "Oh, there's so much violence."
Yeah, like rude stuff
The
like.
Simpsons?
No, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. No, and it's weird because I would say, even just in the room, I think my parents are probably maybe yours.
Yeah,
Macey, I don't
your
know.
mum says the C word like every 2 minutes.
My mum's listening right now, Leanne, but she's
I don't get
no,
that.
she's pretty loose.
She just faced me.
No, I said your parents are probably pretty loose. I would have thought.
You reckon? What makes you think
Well,
that?
I've spoken to your mum and dad. No, they seem cool. I mean, my
You got a footy player?
what I would
mate.
say is I didn't really have like a religious sort of. It doesn't really match like what my family is.
But
Do you know what I mean? Like
my family was loose, given, but they were strict at the same time as well.
like when you were like 10, you weren't allowed to watch.
No, but I
like, kill
wasn't
people on
like,
games. And stuff.
like I wasn't allowed to have like a fake ID.
Neither.
Or like
Neither.
drink underage.
Literally.
Well, yeah, I wasn't either, but I still did it.
Yeah,
No,
but,
Yeah,
you
but
you know
all
they're
my
not allowed
friends
to.
were.
My mum, if you ask my mum, did Belle drink and did she have a fake ID, my mum would say no.
But did you?
But of course I did. Yeah, we went out
Well,
clubbing
I
all the
did,
time.
yeah, but like I know, I swear, friends of mine, like their parents would let them have a fake ID. It was like a thing. Like,
Yeah.
What?
yeah, of course. Or they just said parents were like, it's like, trust me, my parents are chill. But
Yeah, I
mine
know
was
that.
I remember like because I finished school. I was 17 when I finished school, and like literally like at the form where everyone's like, "All right, we're going to town now," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go play Lemmings at home." Like I was like, literally,
you
I couldn't
showed
go
them
out with
now.
them. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. We should get some Lemmings up.
That's so
It's a
funny.
fun
Play some
game.
Lemmings,
I'd
yeah.
like to play Worms.
I think you can get it. The what I saw is you can get Lemmings on the PS3 virtual network, but I'm not sure that's still up the store.
Right. So Lemmings, I'm just watching some gameplay on YouTube.
Yeah, I
at the
just
moment.
showed Belle.
So it's like these
funny
little
one, right?
people with blue like clothes on and green hair, and they drop from a little
Lemmings.
trapdoor from the surface. I guess they drop from a trapdoor underground, and then they keep dropping. I think you can drop different characters. So some explode, some dig, and then you have to get them to the
So it's
exit.
mining.
Essentially,
Kind
it's
of,
like,
yeah.
it's like, yeah.
It's like you're playing Lemmings and
Terraria.
you're going, I'm going to move to WA and I'm going to work in the bloody
Yeah.
mines. I'm going to earn a
Yeah.
good bit
Fight for
fast.
Lemmings.
I'm going to buy a jet ski.
It's based on the myth that Lemmings jump off stuff, which
What
is
are
just
Lemmings?
not true.
I don't know what a lemming
The
is.
little monstery thing.
Yeah, it's a made up thing,
Lemming.
Green
right?
hair.
No,
Is Lemming a real thing?
yeah,
What is it?
I've never heard
Lemmings.
of it.
Oh god, all right.
Are they
I
yellow?
can search what is a lemming.
Yeah, can you Google?
What's a lemming?
Get that up.
It was
Can you
it was
Google-
about like
that
lemming, like falling like lemmings was like jumping off stuff. It was like a fake documentary that they made back in the day, like an animal documentary. But they were like, look, these animals naturally jump off this. Sorry, Belle, jump off this waterfall, but the producers were actually throwing them.
It's also
Oh,
Have you not heard that? Yeah, sorry, Belle. I realized halfway through. And yes,
also-
lemming is a real thing.
it's also an animal. It's a rodent.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm going to come around to your side. I want to see the lemming.
You want to see the lemming,
And-
the
and if
animal,
you-
or the game?
It's an iconic piece of footage from a documentary.
Yes, that's a lemming.
hang on. So it's an animal,
Yeah, and it was a myth for so
and
long.
people threw it off a cliff.
No. Okay, well, yes, but the myth
What
was
that
okay.
game is the most
No,
freaking
no, it was nothing to
horrific
do with
background
that.
ever.
No, that's just the.
Oh, Ben's got Lemming off a cliff.
So this
Google.
is the
Do
original
not!
clip. This is the original
This
clip.
is the clip of the lemmings going off the
Yeah,
cliff.
and for so long people thought this was real, but the producers just threw them off.
I'm not watching that.
So bad.
It's barbaric, isn't it?
I'm not watching that.
So was David Attenborough up there going,
Oh.
take that, you little...
They're not dying, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it fine then.
I'm not saying
put
it's
them through
fine, Belle. I'm
horrific
just
pain and
saying they're
stress.
not falling off a cliff and splatting. They're like rolling.
Whoa.
down a
Hold on
sandy
a
hill.
sec. Who are you angry at here?
Yeah, who are you angry at?
The freaking producers.
Okay.
All right, well they're not here.
Yeah.
They're probably
Producers
dead.
of what?
This thing, they're throwing them off a cliff.
This
They're not
must-
throwing them
I
off the
tell-
cliff.
I
The
tell you
lemmings are
what.
going off the cliff because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
dumbass lemmings.
Yeah, yeah.
I tell you,
And they made a
Yeah.
great video game. Ah!
I'll give you one hot tip. Belle would have her work cut out for her burying all these lemmings if she was in that near that cliff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, buried the
They're
roadkill. But
bare
well,
hands.
there they go.
Oh, they're just going into water. That's okay.
Well, can they swim?
There's so many. They're jumping. They're not being thrown. I believe you, Jack, but they're jumping.
If you go behind them or something and you start pushing them off,
Lemmings jumping off cliffs.
They're like free divers.
And that's why I imagine the
They're not coming
thing in
back
the
up,
video
are they?
game.
No, they can't swim. I know that.
Oh no, they can!
They can
What,
swim.
frog? These lemmings keep proving us wrong. This is awesome.
These lemmings are super lemmings. Whoa, there's like a
Hang on, they've caught in a rip there.
yeah, good Bondi rescue out there.
Lemming rescue.
Look, that one's going out to rescue.
If you want to watch what we're watching, just search Lemmings jumping off
I
cliffs.
like the idea that in this video, someone is screen recording on Windows 7.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see Opera down there.
Opera, all
Dude,
different
if you
browsers.
were to ask me, is a lemming real? I would have said not a chance in hell.
But your
Yeah.
lemmings
But see
in
the first
your
one.
game are little triangle people with
Yeah, but
green
they're
hair.
based on-
No,
they're
no,
like-
no,
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 triangles there.
Then look at the
pretty
first
detailed.
option, Ben. Do lemmings really commit mass suicide?
Yeah, there's a video here actually on Facebook from the 4th of August 2022 explaining the Lemmings myth.
So there you go. I've kind of opened the door for everyone about the lemmings myth.
love nature.
Yeah, the explanation could be
I hope this
They
affects
all
all
got
of our
pushed.
algorithms and we all end up in like lemming talk.
Why's that guy got some sort of Miss Universe sash on? Hang on. What's happening here?
The Lemming King.
okay. So we are currently on what's this Facebook?
Let's do something
Explaining the lemming myth. Frick, I love nature.
an essential part of the Arctic food chain. Animals like the snowy owl can depend on them for up to 98% of their diet. Yet every 4 years or so, lemmings do something super inconvenient.
Their populations crash to near extinction levels and then explode again a few years later.
This phenomenon is so odd that even after nearly a century of research, we still don't really know what's going on.
For example, back in the 1500s, a scientist tried to explain these fluctuations by saying that lemmings fell out of the sky in stormy weather and then died suddenly when the grass sprouted in the spring.
That's it. That's the whole theory. The 1500s were a wild time.
Yeah, they were.
A more modern lemming myth that you may have heard of is that lemmings will
Lemming
jump
lore.
off cliffs in mass suicides
eating
for
bread as
no
lemmings.
particular reason.
Believe it or not, this myth was established by an Academy Award-winning documentary from the 1950s.
The producers of the film forced some lemmings off of a cliff.
I thought that's what
into
we
a
just
river.
seen.
That's what we were just watching. Yeah.
I told
The
you.
entire experience claiming this inexplicable behavior as fact.
In this dramatisation, they are bread rolls.
Yeah, so
they
what
are,
we're
but they're
watching is
bread rolls in our video.
But what we watched before was
Was
the
the
real
bit,
thing.
yeah, was the bit,
and that
yeah.
was the guy
It was wild.
explaining.
So,
That was crying.
but like that's kind of what I want from a producing team. Like I want, it won an award. Like to win an ACRA, I want Tina and Andy to be willing to go up there to, hoard lemmings off a cliff for us. You know what I mean? That's where you want to get. No, that's what you want. That's what. Yeah, that's.
Tina, would you
Said if
do
it's a
that?
dog, I'll be there. No, I actually won't do that.
Would you do that,
Macy's
Tina? Would
dog
you
hate.
go the extra mile?
What if it was ACRA guaranteed?
Have to stop at Lemmings.
Because we've not been to an ACRA's yet where we haven't won one, and I
Did
feel
you
like
say-
this next year could
Sorry,
be the
did
one.
Tina just say it would be hard for her to stop at Lemmings?
No, I'd stop at Lemmings.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
I thought it was like a gateway drug. Like once you do Lemmings, you're doing
I
everyone.
wouldn't push them off the cliff.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing any animals off a cliff.
I've got the original. This is the 50s documentary. Before we watched it on silent, this is it with sound on. I don't know if there is any sound. but
Please
this is-
don't.
Their frenzy takes them tumbling down the terraced cliffs, creating tiny avalanches of sliding soil and rocks, and seemingly indestructible lemmings.
The music sounds so like mishap.
Yeah.
It sounds like Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's like like a sad, scary scene in
They
a
reach
kids
the
movie.
final
From
precipice.
Is Tina behind him?
This is the last chance to turn back.
There's a producer behind them.
Yet over they go, casting themselves
jeez.
bodily out into space.
Sounds like the Twilight Zone.
That's crazy. That's wild. isn't it?
Here they go, the last chance to turn around.
I'm not saying that we're not condoning that, saying it's okay.
No,
Belle's in
it's-
tears.
Yeah.
But great history fact, Jack. It was great.
Yeah,
Now
that's
we all know
wild that
that.
you pulled that out
We
of your
all
ass.
know that
Yeah.
now.
It's how they say like these days, it's like no animals were harmed, and you're like, well, I would hope so. But this is the time we're coming from.
reckon
That's
if
not
they
that's not 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
If you see something with animals in it and they don't say no animals were harmed, do we assume animals were harmed?
It's
I got
like
a
it's
tip here that always say no animals are harmed.
if you buy a product and it doesn't say this hasn't been tested on animals. And it's been
No, but I
tested
mean
on
like more of like a TV show because I was the same with that.
Yeah, but it's the
if-
same rule.
But it was like if we look through any show that had a cat in the background, Do they have to say
no,
in the credits?
No.
No animals
It's
were
if
harmed?
they're throwing the cat.
No, I've heard
What,
that
they throw the
the
cat?
endorsement of like whatever the American RSPCA is really important for movies.
Yeah.
And so and I'm guessing TV shows. And so that like even if there's no animals in a movie, in the credits it will say no animals were, or this is approved by the ASPCA or
Really?
whatever. Yeah.
Can we do for tomorrow's intro? Can we do "We All Love Lemmings" and then
You
we'll
got it.
splash?
You got
No.
it.
No, I
man.
like the voiceover of "It's their last chance to turn back."
I liked a few of those cartoon plonks from that first one as well. Like, hey, blong.
Good stuff. All right. Well, that's all we have time for because the radio show is going to start in 7 minutes.
It's going to be very hard to snap out of Lemming chat, I
Yes.
reckon.
That's good. It's a good vibe to get into for you guys. Not for me.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
severely depressed now. That's
Well,
all right.
that's
over
history.
some rodents that died in the 50s.
Yes, but it literally
How do you
that
feel
just
about the
shows
plague?
how people were treating animals and still do. Like it's just it's not that specific thing. That's awful, but it's the fact that people thought, yeah, we'll do this.
I'll give you the
no
hot tip.
worries.
Around that time, there was a lot of stuff happening within that era.
Which is very
You're talking about the 40s?
That's
Yeah, I'm talking
what's
about
the
the
50s. The 50s is, but yeah.
You're talking about the 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
Very-
You know what I'm saying.
And
It's
the
like,
10s, 20s.
there's a lot of crimes.
How funny is the
always-
video of the woman that passes out with a G-force?
Best of the internet 2023.
We don't really have
So
time
good.
to
We
watch
don't
the
have
best
time,
of the
yeah.
internet
We don't have time.
2023 on YouTube.
Enough.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Bye.